Sayyidi, as you mentioned, some acts of worship may appear pious, but are actually influenced by shaitan and the ego. How much does the intention behind these actions truly matter in their spiritual value?
How much the intention matters means kullu amalun binniyat. Everybody's intention is what is going to determine the value and the reward that Allah gives to something. And this is what we said, that when you enter this life of religiousness and piety, it is very rare that shaitan going to fool you to make a trip to an inappropriate place. So it's not about the overwhelming satanic influence, and that's why then shaykhs come out and teach. So yeah, you pass that phase hopefully, but don't think that he doesn't fool us in our religious practices, and that's where the danger is. So we said before that masjid building, alhamdulillah, sounds like a noble and beatific practice if there's a necessity. But because certain cultures love that understanding, then it can be used as a great source of fitna. So when there's a jami and masjid with 100 people and stay strong, and then somebody's been inspired now to open something nearby, then it becomes 50 people, 50 there, 50 here. Then another person be inspired to open another one nearby, and now become 35 people, 30 people, 33 people. And before you know it you're splitting until each one has only a few people. And that's the history of everywhere. We have that history locally from all of the different groups and how they all broke out into different centers, and then it becomes small centers. And that becomes then difficult on the community and difficult to support. But that's what shaitan wants. Instead of one masjid with the overwhelming population and a strong population, become little groups, and that becomes everything in our life is an example. And the real masjid that Allah is looking for is the real Baytullah is qalb al-mu'min. So it's the awliya who build masjids, the real and eternal masjid. While other people their fixation is on structures and building structures, the whole way of tariqah and the way of shaykhs is to build the Baytullah. They build the hearts of people to be the real house of worship. And if that house is built, it takes you to all of eternity. And that's where the real work is, and struggling against oneself, struggling against bad character, bad desires, and that's the one that people want to follow least. They don't want to follow something that purifies and cleanses them and make them to fight against their bad character. And that becomes then the secrets of guidance. And there's many examples where people want to show their piety outside. So they may be overly showing their piety to people, when again in tariqah it's to be hidden, because you don't want the ego to take a part of that piety. We're not interested in people thinking we're pious, we're hoping that Allah will find satisfaction in our acts and in our actions. So the shaitan can play with many things that people do, and this becomes the reality of guidance and teachings, and the people who log in and hear these teachings, "Oh, it never occurred to me like that." And so yeah, and that's the importance. Many people come to religion and find that, they think it's a religious part, nahi wa munkar is that if you find something wrong say it, and then they want to go around and correct everyone. Your feet like this, your hand like this, ya akhi you didn't do like this, when in reality those verses are actually for yourself. Because Allah doesn't want hypocrisy, Allah wants people who fix themselves before they fix others. Fix the false within ourselves, the bad character within ourselves, before we set a path on trying to fix others. So imagine your life is all in shambles and you want to go out and give advice to people. So first we fix our own self, our own lives, our own condition, and then we try to help the condition of other people if Allah wants, inshaAllah.